Greetings, more CrossCode. So when we left off, it was just as we had gotten to this little... This isn't the pass? Bergen Pass? This is a little spot in between where we were and where we're going. And there were... I hate to, like... I hate to go and talk myself out of liking a game by over-analyzing. But... After thinking about the ending of last stream and some of the other stuff that I had already been talking about, I'm left with a certain unsurety. Because at the end of last stream, right, we get to here and we meet the guy that who's been harassing us, and he's like, we must kung fu fight. And you know, I lost the fight, and it's like, oh, okay, it's like a forced loss thing. And it's like, that's a well-worn game trope, right? Early on, you fight someone and you are no match for them. And later on, you fight that same person, like either as the final boss or closer to the end of the game, and you are a match for them. And it's like, wow, look, you got stronger. It was a mission to grow stronger. I had the most traumatic event. What? Not only so jumping, you won't believe what happened. I was running an off-road path. A bunny. Okay. Still have to become much stronger. Defeat the bunny. Find this thing, give it a good whacking, but how about you help me ease into the action and all that jazz? Ask their friends about the legendary bunny. Oh, I need to go back to Rookie Harbor first? Okay. I'll send them a message to let them know that you're going to come and ask them things. Your speech module jammed or something? Yes. I'll include this message to the guys. Oh, of course, because we can't actually walk up to them and say, can you tell me about the bunny? The bunny reapers, the reaper bunnies. So I should, first of all, I guess, party... Time for chakrams and fists to roll over the field. And there you are. And then if I wanted to teleport... Oh, we don't know where in Autumn's Run. Did she say? She might have said. I'll go back to here. So you have the trope of, okay, you fight this guy, but this really didn't play out the way that it normally would. It did seem like he was beatable. Like he wasn't ridiculously overpowerful to where, you know, he kills me in one hit. Like the guys really early on in the game where it's just, don't fight them, just avoid them. And it's like, oh, it's because they one-shot you easily. Instead, they made it like you could beat him. And there were best 5 out of 9, which is unusual. Oh, wait, they even said the inn. If I remember where the inn is. I think there was a building that says inn on it. Is that it? No. Oh, probably down here. Is this a building? No. Collect chest. Stamp on your map. Oh, it teaches me about stamps. You know what? I might as well put a stamp on the map. Right here. So unusual that they said, hey, you know, best 5 out of 9, and made it so that you could beat him easily the first couple of times, but they made it so that it's a one-time thing. You don't get to try again unless you reloaded your save. And you have a pretty low chance of beating him if it is your first time playing. You know, unless you've grinded a whole bunch, or unless you're very good at the game, or you've played it before, or you're on a new game plus, it's like you're gonna lose to him. So, there was a... This isn't the end. Oh my gosh, Synapse and everyone!
Just turn around. Alright.
I was in the middle of complaining. I'll stop.
If you're leering at me. Creepy.
Instead of stopping, I will start over. I'll start over with my complaint about this game, because it is bugging me, and I don't want to harp on it, but I also don't want to just let it fester and then abruptly quit the game or something. Also, how are you? Nice raid. Oh, so and hi Garrett. Is he doing Shakespeare in the Park? Thou droning tardigated death token, canst thou not see how I ponder? Did I talk to him before? Maybe. Host and Ghost, starving. Goodbye. Goodbye, eat. In that order. Is the inn the middle building? Like the middle of everything? Did it say inn on the front? It did not. Oh, does he has a second quest now? Let's do it. High priority problems giving me a headache. Urgent delivery of stuff, ingredients. Ruined. Lend me a hand. Autumn's Rise. Oh, I was gonna leave Autumn's Rise. This is the other thing. I don't know if I should, like, dilly-dally and do every quest. If I would like to see what's happening further in the game. Yeah, that's not an inn. The map, I don't think, says inn anywhere on it, does it? Shop? Marketplace. Info hub. Gut punch. Inn. Alright, so, last stream ended with the fight against Loserface, whatever his name is, and it seemed akin to a forced loss, which is a well-trodden trope, right? Early on in the game, you fight someone who you don't have a hope of beating, and then the point of that is that later on, you fight them, and you do stand a chance of beating them. You beat them. This took a different turn, though, in that they really drew it out and made it a long fight, and probably made it so that you can beat him if you either did a lot of grinding, or you were already very good at the game, or you got lucky, or you were playing New Game Plus, so you were super powerful. But yeah, you can beat him. It's not required to go on. You get one chance to win the 5 out of 9 contest, and then win or lose, the game goes on. And it kind of rubs me the wrong way that I was starting to, just as the raid came in, I was starting to say there's a video essay by nothing to do with video games, Dan Olson, on Folding Ideas, where he's doing a video on the movie, the live-action Chun-Li movie from years ago that wasn't good. And he said there's a point where they kind of introduce, like, how bad the villain is by having him ritually murder his pregnant wife. And he's like, it's so outside the tone of what's appropriate for the movie that it ceases to be the actions of a character and is instead the decision of a filmmaker. Like, you're not thinking about how bad he is. You're thinking, wow, they really put this in the Street Fighter movie of him, like, killing his wife with his bare hands and tearing her womb open to, like, cesarean section the baby. Like, I don't know how appropriate it is to compare that to this, but, like, the fact that he's so unbeatable, I don't want to play it up as if there was no possible way to beat him, because it could just be that I'm not that great at the game, but it seemed like after you beat him, like, twice and he gets serious, it's like, okay, if he hits you once, he, like, full combos you for your entire health. And it's like, but you could still dodge it. So that's, it rubs me the wrong way, because it seems like what they wanted you to do was to go in there feeling as if you had a chance to beat him, and then to rip that chance away. And that doesn't feel appropriate for a forced loss or pseudo-forced loss, because then it's not really about the weakness of the character. It's almost kind of aiming it at the player. And then that made me reflect back on the thing that I was talking about with the jump puzzle, where the guy, there's like a jump puzzle there's a jump that you can't make, and there's an NPC near it who's like, oh, I saw some idiots trying to make that jump. What a bunch of fools jumping into the thing. Clearly you can't make that jump. You have to go around. It's like, that rubbed me the wrong way too, because the jumps in this game aren't super obvious. It'd be different if it was a tile-based game and you could go, you can jump 2 tiles but not 3, or something like that. And it just, it seemed like an unnecessary dig at the player. And then it even made me think, like, hey, back at the beginning when they were like, oh, she was like, let's race, like, whoever gets through the puzzle thing first. And the gauntlet of puzzles they have you go through was kind of long. I expected it to be shorter, and when I was done, she was already outside, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe it wasn't a race. And then it's, like, reflecting back, it's like, maybe it was a race, but realistically, because I'm not that slow at puzzles, I don't think. You guys know. You know I'm a genius. It seems like something like that, you would make it easy enough to beat her. You wouldn't make it so that in order to have a pretty good chance, you would either really need to already be familiar with the mechanics of the game, or already know the solutions to the puzzles, or whatever. So I have this, like, lingering feeling that there's this undercurrent of hostility towards the player that I may be imagining. I don't want to, like, just flip the table and stop playing the game over it, but I'm kind of on the lookout for it now, which is, it's going to maybe hamper my enjoyment of the game. Who knows? Ha, don't fash me your Alright, I won't fash me quine. Jean told me all about ye, aim jock. Heard your speech. I heard your speech module was broken. I heard it just now when you opened your mouth. You swatch lock? Okay. Am I really going to get any information from? Alright, how is Twitgaken? Capture device. That was English. The rest of it was not. I can tell Jean. See, I can do a good fake Scottish accent, but not if he's gonna speak real incomprehensibility at me. Mate have found this device, I guess. Dunna ken. See, that makes sense. You can say dunna ken. That's very Scottish. You moot find it mare. Okay. She's doing a good job. She's like, okay, I will nod. I will nod. That is the solution. I'll hit him with the Scottish dots. Each of the dots has a tartan cap and a kilt. Oh, at the obelisk. Good, it does say. At the obelisk. Are you? Excellent. Hitan Scots. Sorry, I'm coming to mail something here. Oh, wait, you're that girl, Leah, right? Yes. Jean already told me you'd come, but could not ask me what she had. Sorry to get you out. I can't understand why she's not using the direct link. Yeah, anyway, this is about the bunny or whatever. You can summon some sort of legendary bunny by collecting 5 frosted carrots in Bergen's Trail, but there was another requirement. Can't remember what it was. Okay, I got the capture device. I'm Jeff. I'm Jerf. Ah, there's the problem with the speech module Jean told me about. Don't sweat it. I'll just DL Jean everything I told you. She should learn how to use it. And now... there she is. Just heard back from the guys. I can't believe this. I told them not to DL me. Then again, your speech module is broken, so it's probably better. Oh yeah, her solution was for me to go have the conversation with them and then come back and tell her the answer. 5 rusted carrots and capture device. Windy climb. Split the work. You go get the carrots. Okay. And then meet back here. Carotto! Carotto machine! I'm gonna practice on this bunny. Currently fighting cute little bunnies. Take it back, the bunnies are not cute. Oh, that was a jump. I should have scanned them too. What are they? Level 13. Alright, I need to do a lot more leveling up. Oh, they follow me if I run. Interesting. I fight. Oh, lordy. Hurt a lot. Oh. On a roll. So what is this? Okay, that's jump pad. I don't think I realized that either. You don't... It doesn't interrupt your combat to level you up. You get the experience at the end. Oh, it's this guy again? Is he gonna give me another 5 quests? I mean, I just finished up her preparations. Very good. Same as last time. Alright, just do everything. Don't know which cave. Okay. Yes. Laser Bridge. We both sang Laser Bridge at the same time. Like 2 peas in a pod. Oh gosh. Oh! Dashed into it. Purple ore lump. Probably delicious. I put it in my mouth. What happens? Is this an up? That's an up. Hoi! There it is. Is there anything to scan? No. And we can go up or... We can go left, right? Yeah, neither one is blocked off. We'll go up first. Oh! Oh, alright, so I have to be more careful of that. After they turn red and do the jump, the next thing they do is a second jump kick at you. Level up a bit before taking this one on, she says. Oh. Well, what level is it? 16. Oh! I was supposed to shield instead of twirling. Twirling, twirling toward victory. I mean defeat. Oh, the flying seahorse. Shooting bubbles. Decord. Oh, these are like 15. I shouldn't have attacked them. Maybe it'll be okay. Nice. Yeah, let's not attack them. I just hit what? 10? 10. I'm gonna find some carrots somewhere. Some alleged carrots with frost on them. Alleged frost. Ice, I'm collecting that. bits. Put those in my mouth. I'm eating other things. It's a mistake. So how much... Let me check something real quick. The Bergen Ice that I'm looking for. Do I have only one now, or do I have... Okay, So if you die, it doesn't look like you lose... It's not like they are reloading a save. I don't think. You can keep what you had. But that chest was not open. Right, maybe I'm wrong then. Past the problem. So yeah, we're just gonna keep finding harder and harder stuff. I think I need to go back. Fight some mirror ice bunnies until I feel strong enough to continue. Oh, I was like, I thought there were more guys here. They pop out of the snow. Oh, and then you can't eat anything for 10 seconds. I didn't notice that food had a global cooldown. Makes sense. Up. Neat. Rename it to Bunny Mountain. How do I actually get out? Yes. Let's go back down to the other area. Perfect dodge. Perfect block. Parry. Oh, hoy! Don't do it! Don't do it! They didn't do it. We are 11. To the left, more bunnies. Oh, Lord! Alright. Like just that one guy. And the other guy. I can't get through here, but I also can't. I can't hit them from behind, but she can. Come on, I'm hitting your butt. Don't lie. It's not nice. You just keep going and you don't stop going, you don't stop going, you don't stop going. Secret way? Nothing up here. It would seem. Cheese crackers. Oops. Oh, it's you. How's your exploring coming along? That's good. Purple ore lumps to put in my mouth. Good. Cannot proceed. Also good. Oh my. Right. Um, 12? That was a lot of max HP that time. Not much ice around this way. So I don't think I will find any frost carrots. Pangoon? 17. Oh, wow. Creative of him. Penguins on mountains, that's a thing in Cross Worlds. Parried! Expertly so. The random comments? Yeah, and I can imagine, like, each person who can join your party, I'm sure, has things that they can say. Whether triggered by laser bridges, or certain enemies, or being on a combat roll, or rolling on a combat bee. Any of those things. That... Oh, you can make it really... Oh, maybe it's because we're jumping down in elevation that you can make that. It doesn't look... Oops. Oh, that's it. It's an elevation up. 18s, 17. Hermit's house. Small house in the middle of nowhere. Isn't that nice? Finally, I'm out of this freezing storm. And then the roof flies off. Spoke too soon. It's gonna cost ya... What? That is extraordinary, isn't it? Actually, I've never spent credits on anything, so I don't know if it's expensive. Oops. You get quests here after you beat the temple mine. I don't see anyone new, though. Right, yeah, that's what a, makes it feel like it's somebody else who's playing the same game as you. Oh, these jump pads are offline because I need to hit something. Perhaps. There's a locked chest up there. Shall I mark it on the map? Shall I? I shall. What does this say? Bergen Village is up there, base of the mountain, off-road. Questo? Cannot imagine a better person to show up. Is this the parkour guy? New job testing parkours within a time limit. Okay. Sweet potatoes. Ah. Okay, so it's the whole thing that's timed. It's not each marker has its own timer. Down. Ah, can I not just restart it? Can I speak to you? Alright, we'll wait for that to run out and then we'll try again. Seconds. Serious? Wow. All right. Missed what the achievement was that I got. Too busy running. Wow. So attacked him. You pulled through. Didn't even break a sweat. Didn't even break a sweat in the video game while you were pushing buttons in real life. And no sudden strokes either, which is also something you would hope not to have in a video game. Bye. But there is loot, so everything is okay. And no, I got 4,000 credits, so maybe those prices were not absurdly high. So I don't have heat powers, but I will someday.